Hello and welcome. First off, I want to apologize about the nasally sound that you're hearing. It is a function of how my computer is interpreting the audio. However, what you'll do is you'll first come to www.aleks.com, type in your login name and your password, click login, and that'll get you going with the first step of the process. So this is what it would look like when you first log in if you haven't already done this. You would go through, you'd have this pop up, you'd hit next. It's just going to kind of talk to you about what ALEKS is, what its intention is, and then you just follow the steps as it leads you through how to use everything. So, it'll show you how to undo things, click next. Show you how to insert the how to insert a fraction. You can also use the slash button on there. Click next, and it just kind of takes you through so you understand how to use this. And one of the things that I'm going to do here is hit the skip tutorial and just move along, and we'll hit continue. And now we're going to do an initial knowledge check. And this initial knowledge check, again, it's going to talk to you a little bit about how to prepare for it, what to expect as you go through. And it's actually going to basically, as you go through this, if you don't really know something, definitely click the I don't know button. If you think you have an idea of how to solve it, go ahead and move forward. So you'll hit the Start Knowledge Check, and as you can see, you'll go through here and you'll actually answer the questions. The questions will not be right or wrong. They're just simply going to be what this just you put in whatever answer you think might need to be there in order for it to be correct. So I submitted those, and I look at this one now and I say, I'm not sure, so I click I don't know. Selecting I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Got it. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So that's how you're going to go through this portion, and that's going to set up the system. Then you're going to hit skip knowledge check, or I'm going to hit skip knowledge check, and I'm going to say that I just have a moderate knowledge of all this material. That's going to pull up your pie. And so what the pie shows you, and it kind of shows you what you know, and then the gray shows what we're going to learn. And you can kind of see here, so for real numbers, there were 5 topics that I've mastered and I have none left. But for graphing and functions, I've only mastered 6 topics and still need 15 more to go. And there's a total of 278 topics, and I'm 22% finished based upon those numbers. So, with that, let's go ahead and click continue. And you have your personal pie, click next, click on it, click timeline, click next, and say got it, and we're all set. Then what you're going to do is you're actually going to come in here, you're going to go to assignments, and you're going to see all these assignments listed out, right? And you can only click on the ones that are blue. Now both of these are going to take you to the same location, okay? The weekly topic right here where it says 0%, your whole goal with how I have it set up right now in the gradebook is to make sure this says 32%. It's approximately 9 topics a week, which is approximately 27 problems, assuming you get every single problem correct. It could be more than that if some of the content material isn't being mastered quickly. So sometimes it takes a little more practice, right? So with that, the week 5 progress, this number will increase as you continue to do the topics. It will not increase as quickly, but it will increase over time. So you'll go ahead and click this, and you'll notice here's my first problem, and I'll click Start. Okay, basically this is how many correct answers you need in a row to be able to pass this topic. So if I look at this, I'm just going to solve this really quickly, and then so you can see what happens with the bars. Alright, so you'll notice that I answered correctly this problem, and you can see one of the little bars has been filled in. So once I have that, what I'll do is I'll click Next, and I'm going to solve this one correctly again, and we'll see what happens with the bar. And so you can see again I answered correctly, and it filled in the next two. Now if I answer one more correctly, it'll fill in these next two, and that is one topic. So again, it's a minimum of 9 topics, which is a minimum of about 27 problems in a week, which is not too difficult to do. Now let's say I do this next one and I just choose some of the wrong things. I'm just randomly clicking here. And I want to say 1/4 and then 2/8 and then 5/8. I'm going to say check. Notice what happened, right? You can see it says try again. It took off one bar and it tells me which rows are incorrect. Now this is not always going to tell you which rows are incorrect, but it will tell you, okay, you need to try again, and then you have an opportunity to go back through, work it through, and if you recheck and get it right, it'll actually refill that bar back in. But if I click again, you'll notice it takes off a full 2, right? And so it knocks off 2. And now I've got a yellow that says, okay, really pay attention. You still have one green, and then it'll start moving you forward. And this is all you have to do on a weekly basis, actually, is just continue my path and just keep working through topics. And your goal is to just kind of follow this trajectory as best as you possibly can. I'm not expecting you to do 91 topics in the course of from Thursday to Friday, but what this is showing you is it'll start to track how well you're doing and what your progression is and how you're progressing. So, any questions? Go ahead and get in contact with me.